All right, so today we're going to go over the starters, and I have 3 automatic starters out of the Odysseys, and I've gotten each one of these basically every time I've gotten a new block, and I always kind of kept these around. No particular reason. I honestly don't know why I ever even kept them. And then I have 2 6-speed starters. Now, how I can tell these apart so quickly is the length of the snout on the starter. Now you can see these are quite a bit shorter. They're about an inch and a half shorter. And I'm going to see if we can swap everything over. Now, why would we want to do this? Well, for one, this starter is way more expensive. I think they know that they're kind of, I don't want to say rare, but they're rarer. So just initially, these are more expensive. But this also might help somebody if they're out of the track. Hardly anybody ever keeps these in stock. Actually, both times I've ever had to get one, these were not in stock. I had to wait like 2 or 3 days to get one. But these ones were in stock. So if we have one and we have a starter go out, we may be able to just use an automatic starter and swap everything over. And essentially, we still have a brand new starter. As long as there's nothing wrong with the gear reduction inside of it. So, let's go ahead and get started tearing these apart. Alright, so the first one we're going to do is the automatic. Now, this has got the shorter snout on it. And let's go ahead and start disassembling this. Now, these screws may be a little bit hard to get to. Don't round them out. What we can do is actually take this big motor off, and we can actually kind of pull this out of the way. And if you have to, you can get a pair of vice grips on these and just break them loose. To just slot this back together. And we'll get to the bottom ones. Alright. So, there's the snout on the automatic. Move this to the side. And for some reason they switched up the head size on this one. Now oddly enough, I have one from an 06, 05 or 06 6-speed, and it actually had these smaller bolts on it. And you'll see a bunch of small variations on stuff with J series. I've seen stuff on same engine codes. So the Honda Odyssey has the J35A4, but so does the Honda Pilot. Oddly enough, even though they have the same engine code, they use different oil pans. And I actually swapped one out and ended up blowing my motor because the pickup was actually smashed up against the pan. Alright, so this is the J32 motor, and we're going to swap this out. Now, probably what we should have done is actually tested these to make sure that everything was spinning and working correctly. But just by looking at the motor and the gear, everything looks to be the same. Oddly enough, this automatic starter seems to be in worse condition than this one. But we're just going to do this anyways because I want to see if it will work. Everything seems to be the exact same. Move that a little bit closer for you. So this is the manual and this is the automatic. This one seems to have a sealed bearing in it, where this one doesn't. But you'll see tiny differences like that. We could probably switch the bearing over, but being that the automatic one looked worse anyways, I'm going to say this is a superior design. So, go ahead, and it looks like it fits. Be careful with these ones. Make sure that the motor goes in there straight. Remember, just 3 agadugas. Alright, so maybe I'll get a battery over here just so we can test this out. And we are back. So I had to go hunt down my jumper cables. And I got the crackhead battery over here. And for you guys that don't know, the crackhead battery came out of my hatch. It is a John Deere battery out of a lawnmower. And then they spray painted it to match the color of the car. Alrighty, here we go. And time to test it. But first, a word from our sponsors. I don't have any sponsors, so let's just go ahead and test it. And there we go, guys. You can see it works. As long as you have a manual snout, if your starter goes out, you can easily just go to the junkyard and get an automatic starter, or you can maybe use one that you got your motor from, since not everybody runs the J32s. Don't forget, guys, smash that like button. If you like to see content like this, consider subscribing, and leave a comment down below. I want to know what other kind of weird stuff like this you've been able to find. We'll catch you guys in the next video.